Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, Tonight I wanted to attempt to do a live video, but I apparently don't have the software to do YouTube live videos. So if you could help me in any way, that'd be fantastic. Um, I thought it was kind of like Facebook Live, um, where you could probably do it. I could probably do it from my phone, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out one of these days. But tonight I'm here to do basically a show and tell YouTube Pagan challenge. I'm gonna do week 34 through 36. Um, so week 34 is showing my Athames or blades, which I forgot a big one, but I'll get up and I'll show you. Um, Week 35 is the wands, and week 36 is chalices or sacred bowls. So without further ado, I will start with week 34, which is Athames. Um, I do have a lot, so I don't use all these all the time. I use them for special occasion. But I mean, there is one that I have that I now use. These guys have kind of been in rotation. These are the ones I've used, if that makes any sense. The first one, my first Athame that I ever got, I have like a pile of stuff beside me. Not materialistic at all. Is this guy. I think I've shown him in other videos. I don't use him much anymore. He kind of collects dust. But, oh, sorry, I opened it up. There's a button right here that you push, and you can pull the blade up, a little safety feature. There was a tassel, but I took it off a long time ago because I almost caught it on fire. But yeah, I got this knife. Get a place where you can put it on your belt or your cord or whatever if you want to carry it around. I got this at a peach festival back home. There was a guy selling Celtic knives and artwork, and I think I paid like $16, $16 or $15 for them. It's really cool. I got it back in high school. This was my first one, like I said. I'm gonna try to do this in the order that I've got them, but I may fail at that, because I like collecting knives, and sometimes I use them for magical purposes, and sometimes I don't. I do consecrate my knives or my wands and all that jazz before I use them. So the next one that I got would be this guy. I do use him a lot. I use him a lot for carving. The Theban writing, I got a friend of mine to engrave that on there. It means it's fire, and then there is a fire symbol from the avatar on the back. It's a wooden, kind of like a traditional athame. Instead of the black handle, it's wood, double-edged blade, just like the other one. I use this one a lot, mostly for carving stuff, and sometimes I use it for directing energy, which is usually what an athame is for, direct energy, or to cut energy. So the next one I've used on the fly is actually a boot knife. I don't use this one that often because I find it hard to channel through the rubber handle, but I have used it, so I wanted to show you guys that. That doesn't have to be wooden, it could even be, and this is a full tang, if that makes any sense. The metal goes all the way through to the end. So I love collecting knives and swords. Actually, part of my anniversary gift for my partner, which was the 27th of last month, he actually bought me a sword. Well, it's a 2-in-1 sword. It's one sheath with 2 parts of a sword. It's very cool. He accidentally ordered 2, so we can have a matching pair. And the next one is this guy. Now, this was someone else's. This originally was someone else's athame, and they got rid of it for a yard sale. She needed to raise money. I cleansed and consecrated it for me. But this one I think is just gorgeous, and it's really hard for me to... It's huge. It's huge, and the blade is live, or it was live when I bought it. Or, you know, when I got it from her, but it's probably not anymore. I have to say I have not used this one in a long time. It's a beautiful blade, and I do have, for some reason it escapes me, but I have one just like this. It's about that big altogether. It's like a 2/3 the size of this one. Is I got that for my initiation when I was part of a group, and it has my magical name etched on the blade in English, or in regular English writing, and not Theban or anything like that. Nothing fancy. It's got my magical name on it. I just don't know. Fortunately, I don't know where it's at. So, the next one I want to show you is these. These are two handmade blades from an ex-coworker. He passed away, but he liked to work in the and I guess craft his own stuff. I have two of his athames and one of his wands. I have not used these, but I wanted to show you them. This is one of them. It's kind of got like a canto or a tanto or a katana edge to it. This one is, I like it that the handle's made out of bone, and it's got copper wiring around it. I think that's kind of cool. This one kind of comes with a little tiny covering. Sorry, I'm saying so much. My stomach is not being friendly today. The one I have on my altar now, and the one that I use, is actually a little letter opener I got from a pagan festival here. It's got castle with like a little gemstones in the front, and you see the back of it is also decorated as well. It's just a small blade, dull, two-sided, but I use this one. This is easier for me to carry around. Like if I want to travel, it's easier for me to put on my altar instead of having a bigger blade. Even though I do like using, I really do like using the wooden, the second one a lot. Now I do have, and I'm going to get up and show you, I do have a magical sword that is going to be too big for me to sitting on my bed to show you. So I'm going to turn my camera, and please excuse the mess in my room. My room's a mess, so you're forewarned. So, that guy in the corner. Oh, hold on. So this guy is a magical sword. I've used him in a couple rituals. I've used him in a couple rituals by myself. Mostly when I stand guardian in a group, I would have this guy with me. Let's see if I can get a close up on the detail. I don't know if I can, since the light's right behind me. Let's see if I turn it this way. Kind of better. But this is the sword Excalibur. So, doesn't help at all. Sorry guys, I'm using my webcam. So yeah. It's a magical sword. At least it's mine. So, it's Excalibur. King Arthur's blade. I know it's a replica from a movie, but I like it a lot. So, 1 second. Back into bed. Alright. So that is it for my ritual swords and athames, things like that. So on to question 35, which is wands. Now, I don't know why, but it's been hard for me to catch my breath lately. But beside that, okay. So I don't have my first wand. It's actually back home on my dresser. My first wand was it's a stick that I picked up walking my dog one day, and I found it on the ground, and it just called out to me. It's dried out. I also have one that I'm making that I haven't put varnish on I think that's what you call. Haven't coated it yet. I sanded it down and I'm gonna coat it and I want to add some wire to it. I'll show you that when I'll show you my finished project when I'm done with that. But I do like using wands. It's one of my favorite tools. I don't know why I can't catch my breath. And I have collected a couple, a multitude of them. I've even gone, I do have a couple Harry Potter ones, Harry Potter replicas. 3 of them are still in boxes, so I'm not going to show you those. But the ones that I have in boxes are, I have Severus Snape, I have Sirius, Luna, and Professor Trelawney, the divination professor. I bought Sirius and Luna's from Barnes and Noble, and I bought Professor Trelawney's wand from the Noble Collection. I believe so. I believe that's what they find, like the official Harry Potter, the Noble Collection. I believe that's what it's called. Where you can find the Harry Potter replicas, you know, the little inserts that come with the DVDs, the Harry Potter DVDs. I think that's what it's called. I do have a couple that I bought from Etsy and eBay that are kind of like knockoffs, and you can get them from Wish for like $6. They're replicas. They're not as the best quality as the ones that I get from Noble Collection, but even with them being resin, I feel that I can still use them in ritual, and I do think there may be people who say that that's, you know, since it's not, well, I guess since it's a man-made material, you know, people might say there's no place for it, but if it works for me, it works for me. So I think that's what I was trying to get out. So my first one, and unfortunately I don't remember the woods of these, but I bought a series. I bought 3. My first one I bought from the same shop in the flea market. What I'm trying to say is I bought 3 wands from the flea market down here. This is a darker wood. It's got the handle, and it's got a deer antler on the end. I personally know the guy who made these. Unfortunately, I don't think he lives here anymore. I think he moved to North Carolina. But him and his wife, they made wands, they made leather. Don't remember what else. But they used to be all at the Pagan events. This is one of his wands. Another one of his wands that I got is, I like this one a lot. It's another one of his. It's got a tiger's eye on the end, which sometimes I use. This one before, it connects me with the element of earth a lot. I know wand is seen in tarot as the fire element, but I feel that wand is the air element, where the athame in tarot is air, but in ritual for me it's fire. It's kind of weird. For me, this one, I don't know, the energy of it, and I guess the horn of the deer antler, it just makes me feel very earthy. This one is very light and like the wind almost. I think that also has to do with the tiger's eye at the end, the yellow color and the yellow wood that it's carved out of. I've used this one a lot. It's one of my favorites, actually. The next one I bought from him as well. It's got tints of like bluish brown, I guess you could say. It's got a clear quartz crystal at the end. So this one's pretty cool. I've used this one in healing, when working with healing and long distances and healing spells to bring about energy. Like when I'm using it to cast circle for the healing. You know, I just feel very purifying and emotional healing from this said one. So the next one I got, which I don't use, and it's really bad to say that. I just don't want to. I don't want to sell it. It's huge. It's ginormous. So I mean, if you want to beat someone, but I got this from. I don't know if you can even see it. There's a pinnacle or pentagram carved in the handle. I got this from spellsofmagic.com. They have a little shop, and they pick a random wand. I think I paid like $10 or $12 for it, but it's huge. It's painted wood. It's painted green, which is an awesome color. I think I've only used this in ritual once, so yeah. The the next two ones I'm going to show you are some of the resin replicas from Harry Potter. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them, one of them's not so great. The first one is the not so great one. It's Ron Weasley's wand, the Bulbolian. I've seen. I'll probably get the one from Noble Collection. I just think it's really cool. Don't remember. I think I got this from eBay. So no, it wasn't from Wish. I think I got it from eBay. And I got this one from eBay as well. It's Newt Smanders from the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's his wand, or a replication of his wand. These guys are very light, as opposed to where the ones from the Noble Collection are really heavy. And I say really heavy because this feels like it's almost hollow, where those feel like they're solid. And this one, which even Noble Arts has it with spiderwebs, but in the movies you never really saw James Potter, Harry Potter's dad. You never saw his wand, but this is what they say his wand is. It's got spiderwebs all over it, which I think is very cool. And I have used this with an amazing results. I haven't used the other two, at least not yet. So, but you never really see, or at least I have to go back and look. You don't ever see a close-up of his wand. You see him when he picks on Severus. When him and his and when the whole group they pick on Severus, and when if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know. But I don't remember them ever showing the wand. But the Noble Arts also has his wand with spiderwebs on it, so I guess the recreation is kind of accurate. I don't know. The next one I want to show you is one that I have in my travel altar. It's tiny as hell. This little guy. Yeah. Forget it's kind of black over here, so you can't really see it. But yeah, this guy. He works awesome. I use him, like I said, I take him with me on my travel altar. Because it's only so big, and I fit other stuff in there as well. But this wand will pack a punch. It may be tiny, but it does its work. The next wand I want to show you will be the last one I have to show you guys. This is one that I was telling you about. The guy who forged the blades who passed away. He also made this. He made another one that they have selling at my shop, and I've been thinking of getting it, but it's like 4 pieces of wood, and it comes up to hold a fluorite egg. The only reason why I want it is I want to take the fluorite egg off, and I just want the fluorite egg. Because the one construction in of itself, I'm not a big fan of it, but for whatever reason, this one really called out to me. And like the blades, I have not used it. I want to. I do want to, but I just don't know what type of magic I want to do with it. I don't know. I have this weird thing where I set up different wands and different blades for different types of magic, if that makes any sense. Maybe I'm just a wacko. So that's it for the wands. And next is on to chalices and ceremonial bowls. I have 2 bowls. Unfortunately, I have 4 altogether, but 2 I was able to get to and show you. I'm going to explain the 2 that I have that I can't show you, so if you could just picture it with me, that'd be fantastic. So the first bowl that I ever got was a scrying bowl. It's a beautiful bowl. Somewhere in my closet. My room is always a mess. Organized chaos. But it's a black bowl. It's about... Go down. about 4 inches tall and about, because it's a bowl and it has a stand, almost like a chalice, but it's got like a bigger bowl. I mean, it's like meant to be a scrying glass, and it's black glass, and I use it for water scrying. Um, I don't really use it for anything like with candles or anything like that. I'm afraid it would break. Um, but it's tucked away in my closet. I know where it's at. Um, with all this stuff, I just didn't get it out. The second one I have is a stone bowl. It's made out of a... If my manager was here, she'd be able to tell you. We have them at work. We bought them, or the boss and the manager bought them. He was going to get one. She bought one for herself, and they have 2 in the store, and they hold the stones we have on display. And the one that he was going to get, my boss, um, we had stones in it, and once the stones are sold, he was going to come pick it up and take it home. Well, it was about a month and a half. All the stones in the bowl were sold, and we asked him, "Hey, are you going to get the bowl?" And he said, "No, I'm good. I don't really want it," or just something of that effect. I believe I wasn't there, um, and so the manager was like, "Hey, do you want this?" Um, I wanted to ask you before I asked Mike if you wanted it, because I know you eyed the bowls, because they are kind of expensive. I think we sell them for $60. They're about that big, round bowl. It's black, and it looks like it's got moon patterns cut out in it. It's natural rock. I don't know the type of rock, unfortunately. They bought it at a crystal shop here, at like a crystal warehouse, I guess you could say, here for businesses. Um, Another reason why I need my business license. But another bowl that I use this in candle magic, little cauldron, little glass cauldron I found at Goodwill. I was looking at the bottom. I was gonna say I was gonna get mad if I paid more than the sticker on here, but I didn't. I paid 99 cents for it. I do use this in candle magic, and I use it in cauldron magic. I have a cauldron. It's a little tiny one. It's kind of rusted. I need to clean it and cure it. So the next thing I want to show, well, the last thing I want to show you is this chalice. I do not use this because of the metal it's made out of. I do not pour liquid into it. If I need a chalice for a ritual, I do have wine glasses that I go in the kitchen and consecrate and bless them before ritual. But this chalice was given to me by a friend, and it's got Merlin or Wizard on it. I have it in Merlin's corner on my altar. I think it's made out of pewter. So I don't put liquid in it. I don't use it for that. It's more of a symbolic representation of the wizard archetype. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my little show and tell. I think next week we're supposed to go over robes and jewelry and things like that. I don't really, well, we'll talk about that next week. So hope you guys have a great time. Be careful if you're in the way of Hurricane Irma, or Jose, or Katia, or who, just be careful. We decided to bunker down, and sit this one through. So I will see you guys later on. Many blessings.